Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Brittany with the Seniors Blue Book. And as you can see this morning, I am so blessed to be joined by all of the wonderful assisted living and memory care community experts. So everybody do some waves, do some jumping jacks.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning with Seniors Blue Book Live. Today, we really want to focus on telling some positive stories from your guys' perspectives, from the community perspectives. I think it's great always to share, whether it's a funny story or a heartwarming story. Maybe you guys had a parade at your building that brought a lot of joy. But also, if some of you, as we kind of go around, can share some advice for families right now with the 60-day extension in place. I think a lot of people yesterday or the last couple of days have really been probably feeling that that sense of frustration. So I want you guys to reassure and send some advice out to the families, some heart, maybe felt words of how you're taking care of your residents and reassuring that everything is in your guys' communities is still, up and going. And you guys are obviously having a stronger bond with your residents more than ever and families. So I'm just going to kind of call on you guys around if that's okay. And I'm going to start with Donna Goliher because she's amazing. I mean, you all are, but Donna's got this great big smile over there, and we're going to start with Donna.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having us today, Brittany. Well, we have still a lot going on here at the Windsor of Venice. We're located over on Center Road in Venice between Jacaranda and River Road. And yeah, there's a lot of challenges today, but you know what? Our residents are amazing, and we're all just kind of working together as a family and a team, and just we're just enjoying every day. We really are. A lot of great activities going on. Of course, now we're still not able to do the group type activities, but we hopefully in not too much longer we'll be able to do some smaller group type activities. But we're doing a lot of hallway exercises, a hallway type of entertainment, and sing-alongs, dance-alongs, that kind of thing, just keeping everybody stimulated mentally and physically, and some little contests and things that we've got going on, letter writing, and just trying to keep them busy. And the way we're able to communicate with the families right now is that we're doing a lot of Zoom visits, FaceTime, those type of virtual visits. And some people are actually doing it every day, as often as they want. And then also we're able to do some window visits. So our families or their friends can come up to a certain area where our residents are, still in the comfort of the air-conditioned environment, but they can talk to their families through a window right now. And it's what we can do. And they seem to, be enjoying that. It's working out great. And, we had a birthday party, couple of birthday parties virtually, which was a lot of fun. I actually got to host a birthday party for one of our residents the day before yesterday, and she had probably 15 family members on there from all over the country, and wow. Had a cake there. And it was just me and her actually in the apartment, but she was able to enjoy that and have her cake with all her family around her virtually. So that was actually a big blessing for me too, to be able to see that. And then the other day we had an event. It's the Independence Day celebration, where our chef and our residence director grilled out some burgers and hot dogs and things out on the portico. And we invited some neighbors and friends of the Windsor that normally come to our events that we have on a regular basis, but we haven't been able to invite them over lately. So we invited them to drive through for a nice picnic lunch that they could take with them wherever they went. I know some of them were saying that they were going to drive down the beach or to a park or something with it to enjoy it. So that was a way that we were able to see some of those people that we miss so much that normally come to our events, and just kind of remind everybody, we're here, we're having a great time, and and life goes on, right? We're all just, pulling out all the creativity and doing fun things to keep everybody going.
Awesome. Sounds like you're keeping nice and busy. And
yes.
I'm going to jump over to Kim Spencer with Village Place.
Hi, good morning. Again, thanks, Brittany, for having all of us on. So, again, it's Kim with Village Place Senior Living in Port Charlotte on Cochran Boulevard. And pretty much, kind of repetitive of what Donna was saying. We're doing, the Zoom visits and the Skyping and the window visits for everybody. One of the biggest things that we're doing is, though, we're taking like cards to our residents and having them mail cards to their families and trying to get them to send things back so that at least they're getting something in the mail. Because again, they're not even coming down to their mailbox. The staff is coming down for them and taking the mail up. So we're encouraging families to even write so they have something tangible in their hands. We've had the birthday parties. We're doing, of course, our setup is a little different with the neighborhoods. So, we're just going into the different neighborhoods and doing the events, the bingo and the, if it's your birthday, we have your neighbors on that neighborhood step in their doorways and sing to you. And not have a birthday party, but everybody's staying in their apartments. So,
Yeah.
And we've had, the parades, Easter and Mother's Day. But it's just, the managers have been great because we're all joining in. So, it's not just our life enrichment coordinator that's doing the activities. Managers are taking the time to go sit in the apartments and speak with the residents and do different things with them. Like we've had the picnics and we did Coney Island a while back. So it's just, again, like the creativity and everybody just jumping in and trying to support our residents because it is trying time right now for them. But we're hanging in there. They're all doing very well. So
Awesome. Melissa from Hardis, you've got a different perspective on things, of course, because you guys are under construction. I actually just drove by yesterday. It's looking beautiful. Tell us a little bit about Hardis and how things are for you guys.
Well, here at Hardis Senior Living, we are independent assisted in memory care. We're located right on Roberts Bay in Venice. Like Brittany said, brand new construction opening in October with our residents starting to move in November. I am also the Alzheimer's ambassador. So right now, a lot of our focus with our depositors are just learning more about their life story and taking them gift baskets, things that have meaning for them. We're doing a lot of things, outreach as far as families and connecting the families and their loved ones together. But I'll give you a quick story. As the Alzheimer's ambassador, I got a call from a lady who hasn't heard anything from her mother. She's not answering the phone. No neighbors are around to help her. So I asked her if I could call her via FaceTime and I would drive over to check on her mother personally. So she was very grateful that I took the time to go and meet with mom. And I couldn't go into mom's house, of course, but I was able to hold the phone so the daughter and the mother could connect. And it had turned out that the phone had been pulled out of the plug in the wall. And that's why nothing was happening and she could not communicate. So just great to be a resource and be a part of this community and to be able to work with all of you. We are having an event coming up in the end of this month. You guys will get an invitation. It's for a Moroccan event. So it's a taste of Hardis Moroccan style. So 3 or 4 people in the cell center at any time. We're limited it to 3 to 4 people per hour. So I hope to see you guys come out and look at Hardis and what we're going to offer.
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. And let's jump over to Nick at Grand Living and talk a little bit, Nick, too, is with some of the residents and families. I'm sure you're in a lot of discussions with the families. What are some of the advice and tips or I guess, just things that you're sharing with the families that are happening in the community?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Brittany, and good morning, everyone. To my left here, I'm going to introduce Paul Kidlahan. He is our new Illuminations Director, which is our memory care neighborhoods here at Grand Living. So delighted to be with you this morning. We are a relatively new community. We opened last September. We offer independent living, assisted living. Right now we have a mixed gender neighborhood for memory care. And then hopefully by the end of the year, we will open up our all-female neighborhood called Lavender Lane. So a couple of things that we're doing during this time is, yes, of course, we're still moving residents in. Our residents are still thriving. I think the secret to our success is is really focusing on the simple things, the meaningful things, and really getting the basics perfected. So ensuring that they have a flawless meal delivery, ensuring that we really go above and beyond for the birthdays and the anniversaries more than we typically would. So there's just more emphasis on the smaller details, the things that typically we would celebrate, but now because of the situation, we're really taking it to another level. Yeah. We have had a number of really exciting events, all of which are mostly outdoors, and we've done that so we can incorporate the friends and the family of the residents living here. They can come and be in their cars. One of these events is a partnership with the Polo Club that we are nestled right next to here. And so we had about 20 horses come over. They were all dressed up. Oh, cool. They paraded around our community. So it was amazing to see residents come out on their balconies and wave, and just fabulous time. I think the first one was an Easter theme. So we had these horses with bunny ears and unicorns, and it was just fabulous. And then the most recent one was a superhero theme. So just those simple details, seeing something different, right? These residents are still able to participate in fitness classes here, events and activities, but to see something like a parade of horses was just incredible. We do have a couple other events that are upcoming. We are hosting a curbside Kona shaved ice truck here next week. Including some of the friends and family. Just it will be operating a little differently with some of those guidelines outside as well. And then the week after that, we're doing a car wash. So we're inviting our residents, we're inviting the family and the friends of our residents to come by, grab a cup of coffee, let us detail your car for you, and just to be of service, not only to our residents, but their family members. One thing that we've done here during this time is we've started a pen pal program. We call it Grand Writers, and that is in collaboration with our other communities around the country. So just a way for our residents to feel connected outside of the walls of our community. That's been very popular, just introducing someone else that they've never met, but now they're really engaging in a nice conversation through letters. And so that's been really fabulous to see. I'll turn it over to Paul here to talk a little bit more about what we're doing in Luminations.
Good morning. So I think with assisted living, the residents always become part of your family, but now it's like hypersensitive. So we're just trying to be like more of their family. So I'm really encouraging more, even though in memory care it's hard to social distance, but the staff and the residents doing team activities and cheering each other on. I think that's been really successful because they become more of a community together with the absence of their family. And like Donna said, we have scheduled iPod and FaceTime and phone calls. But my main goal right now, and I've not been here that long, is that our residents feel loved and safe, and that we're a familiar face now that they're not really seeing their family so much. And I think that's probably the most important thing. Flexibility, asking them what they want to do, because we need to make it fun. So it kind of redirects them on what's going on outside the world and that their family aren't able to visit. So really, if I get through the day and they smile and laugh and joke, it's a win.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. And I will definitely let us know about those details for both the Kona Ice and the car wash. Just saying. I always see the Kona ice truck passing me by my house. Like it's like a sign, Anyway, so let's go down to Amy Conti with Chelsea Place.
Hi, thank you for having me this morning. It's good to see everybody. So I am actually the Senior Resource Specialist for Chelsea Place Senior Care, and I do the outreach for our assisted living, our daytime activity center, and our home care. So as far as our assisted living goes, we really take a lot of pride in being able to give our residents the one-on-one attention. So we've been trying to even step it up a little bit more, since most of them do normally go over to our daytime center, but unfortunately with the times right now, they are not allowed to go there. even though we are open. So what we did actually last week, Chris Chana, the owner of Chelsea Place, and Samantha Reyes, our executive director, who cannot join us this morning, unfortunately, they rented a brand new red convertible Mustang. And they took the residents out either 2 at a time or individually all around Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda with the top down, and they had the best time. I mean, I actually was driving on the Punta Gorda Bridge and they passed me by, and the smiles on their face were just amazing. I mean, they just had so much joy because they have not been able to leave the building unless it's for, you know, they had to go to the doctors and we couldn't have the doctor come in the building. They just needed to get out, and you can see our videos on Facebook on our pages, but words cannot even express how good they felt once they came back. It's just, they felt like free again. But we are really upping it up there as well. We are still doing all types of activities, practicing social distancing. We trying to also support our community businesses. So we had Sunny Days ice cream truck come in, and they got to pick any type of ice cream they'd like off the truck. We did it individually, so nobody was, you know, not practicing that social distancing. And they just loved it. You know, I mean, ice cream and bingo and music, you know, what else can you ask for? We also, I mean, we've been doing a lot as far as relations with their families. We have our iPad is on charge 24/7. So we find that they have a lot of good communication with their families because they can see them a little bit more up close and personal. Phone calls, we don't even ask. We basically bring it to them. It's not just for them, it's for their families. You know, this is a hard time for everybody. And even though we're their only family for some of them, you know, there's people they haven't even talked to in a long time that they're getting to talk to again and see upside down, should I say, impersonal. Because the reason I say that is we were doing a virtual tour the other day, and when I started, it was upside down. But I gave something to these people they'll never forget. I'm not the most computer literate person.
You're watching it like trying to.
I was like, yeah, but yeah, so, and that's what we are doing. We are doing virtual tours. We're making them very personalized. So if anybody is interested in our community, we personalize it. It depends on what the family would like. Myself and Samantha Reyes will go to their home, do the consultation, and also bring them the virtual tour. There's just like so much. I know, you know, with Chelsea Place, there's always something going on, even surprising to me. So we do have a screened-in porch, and we've had family members come where we'll have a chair on the other side of the porch, and it's more than 6 feet apart, and our residents can sit on a chair comfortably and talk to their family members. And we have windows, but we just thought this was a little bit more personalized, so to speak. You know, and sometimes they don't even understand. We don't get too detailed in the updates of what's going on in the world unless we feel they're able to understand that, because ultimately they come first. And we just want to make sure they're comfortable, they're happy, and just keep them busy. We've also actually, for supporting our community, we partnered with a local restaurant, and you know, a lot of them, they want steak. So Chris made sure they could have steak if they want. Some of them wanted ribs, so they got to order off the menu, and we brought the food in. Just so they felt kind of more so they were going out to a restaurant. Though our food is all homemade, and the food is really pretty good. So actually, it's not even pretty good. It's very good. You walk into our building when you're allowed, and it just is very home cooked and smelling nice. I'm looking at my notes because there's just like so much. It's just so great. And I'm so passionate. If you know me, I'm very passionate about sharing what we do, not just for our residents, for others. And we've been getting a lot of calls lately, and for people who we might not be able to help, we're making sure we're pointing them in the right direction for other communities that might be able to help them in a better direction if we cannot. So I just want, people who might not know me, feel free to reach out. We are just trying to help this world with the situation we're going through right now. And our residents' care is number one, and their happiness, and we'll do whatever they need us to do and want us to do. One more thing, and you guys know me. I'm very passionate about people. So what we're doing, and I won't give all the secrets out, we are doing a lot on the outside of Chelsea Place Assisted Living towards the end of the month. And one of the main reasons we are doing that, being able to go outside, we just put in a gazebo, and we're going to up it a little bit more Key West style, because that's our theme of Key West style bed and breakfast. We want them to get outside a little more depending on the heat, and just totally feel like they're in an extra paradise and forget anything negative going on in this world. So pictures to come.
Very nice. I love the convertible thing. I saw Chris's video, of course, and that you should start doing that for professionals too. Like, come pick us up, take us out.
You never know. We're just trying to put the residents first, of course. We always do that, but we also love to support our community. So I will talk to Chris, because I'm working on a vehicle for me, and you'll be my first pickup. How's that?
I'll just be in the back with a video camera.
Okay. And you just bring your positivity, and so appreciate all you're doing in the community to help spread the word.
Oh, thanks, Amy.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I'm going to jump over to Cindy and Whitney from Elon Manatee. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to let Whitney probably do a little bit more, because now I'm out. I've been inside the building for the last almost 4 months, and I don't think it's fair for me to talk about what's going on immediately. I will share a small little story that happened before I did come outside, and because my role is community outreach director for Elon Manatee, and then Whitney is inside, and the decision was made for me to go out. But up until that time, I was inside the building with our residents every day for about almost 3.5 months. There is a story that one of the families came in to see one of their loved ones, and there's many stories, but this one just was cute and hysterical. They brought their dog, that the dog was very bonded to the resident, and the dog saw the resident from outside and couldn't stop jumping up and down and up and down, and jumped in into there's like a little lip on the outside of the window, so excited to see obviously its loved one that it hadn't seen in forever. And it was priceless. I actually took a picture and a video of it, but it was the cutest thing ever. So they get to see each other. It's just, at a distance, and, we love on them and I know that they love on them as much as they possibly can in these times. It's very difficult. Everybody's trying to keep our residents very safe, and everybody, as cared for as possible, which we do. But it's tough for everybody, trying to console the families and the residents, and probably more the families than the residents sometimes. So I'll take it away, Whitney.
Yeah. Exactly what Cindy said, is everybody's in the same boat. We can't have our families visiting. So they come a lot under the portico. They meet, we have sliding doors, and they're on one side and their loved ones on the other side. And I can't tell you how many times they've reached up to the glass and put their hands up to each other, or the daughter's on one side of the glass crying with the mother on this side saying, it's okay, it's okay. I mean, it's truly heartbreaking to watch these families. And me being who I am, I want to just grab them and hug them and say, it's okay. And I'm like, I can't do that either. So we do what's called My Special Friend. All of the managers have certain residents that we visit a couple times a week, that we are really their lifeline, and we are connecting with their family. My special friends happen to both graduate from Purdue, where I went, so it's very exciting. We've celebrated 85th birthdays during the quarantine. We've celebrated 80th birthdays. We've had 56th anniversary, wedding anniversary, that we've done special things. Our chef has done like a romantic dinner in their apartment because they can't go out to dinner. They can't have their family come. I have teamed up with Kraft Heinz and The Gap to get all kinds of cards sent and letters, just so the residents know that they are loved. And you know, the memory care residents, I've had kids draw pictures and send it, and they just love it because they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand why we all are wearing masks, why their families aren't here. But we just go and just love on them as much as possible. You know, our company took a stand right away and stopped moving residents in. We are going to be moving in again, so I'm very excited about that. It's just really communicating with the families, being able to FaceTime. Unfortunately, this is our new way of life: Zoom meetings, FaceTime, Skype, whatever you do, virtual parties, virtual everything. We did a drive-through barbecue for our first responders, and we fed over 100 first responders in Manatee County. So it was amazing to be able to give back to those people that are actually coming and helping. And it's just working as a family because we are all in this together, and it is not about one community over the other. We have got to bond together as senior living individuals and just stay the course because it is tough. These residents have not seen their families and hugged them since March. And it's tough. You know, if you're not there and being the cheerleader every day, and for all of us, there are days I go home and I'm exhausted because I'm like, I can't be happy anymore. I get on Facebook and I say, wear your mask. I dance on my front porch. I do all those things because I just can't. So everybody, I appreciate you all. This is tough. I wish I could say next week we're going to be allowing people in, but obviously it's another 60 days. And unfortunately, in my gut, it's not going to be till next year. That's not depressing, but it is a little. But anyway, we have to band together and just appreciate what all of us are doing and just keep our residents loved and not depressed with whatever it is that we have to do. If it's walk around with funny faces on, put smiley faces on our masks so they know behind this mask is somebody smiling at you, that's what we do.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for sharing. All right, the infamous Don Fitz.
What do you mean by infamous?
Famous, right? I
Oh,
think that's
I
what
know.
infamous means.
Well, good morning. I am the marketing director at Alderman Oaks Retirement Community, which is a privately owned community in downtown Sarasota. We have both assisted living and independent living. And one thing I wanted to mention, first of all, is yesterday on ABC 7 News, and some of you may have seen it on the 5, 6, 7, and 11 o'clock news. There was a feature on the status of coronavirus in the state. Governor DeSantis was on, and then a fellow named Rick Adams came over, and so part of that whole presentation is Alderman Oaks and how we're looking at, and I'm sure if you were to watch it, a lot of it would be very similar in how we expressed what we were looking at and how we were responding here at Alderman Oaks. So the way to look at that, if you wanted to, just go into mysuncoast.com. That is the ABC7 website. Go into watch live. What they do is they upload all of their newscasts and so forth. And probably the best one to look at would be for 11 p.m. last night. That would be the most complete presentation. And would love to have you take a look at that. As far as some of the special events that we've been involved with, we have a coronavirus news update section on our website, aldermanoaks.com. And if you were to go in there, probably a special note would be during Mother's Day. We did a parade and a number of vehicles and celebratory times related to Mother's Day and so forth. And some of the news organizations also picked up on that. So I'd love to have you just go to the coronavirus news section of our website. The way that I primarily communicate, it is through email and email blasts and things like that, keeping family members and circle of supporters up to date. We have had to be creative in terms of special events and activities and that kind of thing. We have some beautiful gardens outside our building, and so we do what are called curbside visits, where families will come in, they'll wear masks, they'll be 6 feet from our residents, they'll sit at a bench and then communicate with family members and friends who are coming in. And so that, and then there are other things that our activities director and her staff have been doing to be creative as far as activities and so forth. But these are challenging times for sure. And I appreciate, I've actually written down some of the great ideas that I'm hearing from a lot of you, and I'll share that with our staff here as ideas to create more activity and more interaction. So I appreciate what everyone's doing there.
Awesome. Thanks, Don. And let's jump over to Jessica over at Venice Green Village.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi,
Morning.
Jessica.
Hi. Nice to see everybody again. It's been a while. I'm actually at Venice Green. We're here located between River Road and Jacaranda. We're at East Venice Avenue. So we're out here in the woods. Love it. As you can see behind me, we got a lot of acreage. So we're on 3 acres of land. Actually, it used to be somebody's private home years ago in the 70s. So we've come a long way with an assisted memory care. What we're doing for our residents, I am on Facebook Live with our outdoor concerts that we've been putting on. Being that we are a little bit smaller building, we have to make sure we do our outside events because we have the most space to make sure we can spread everybody out. But, you know, being that we are quaint and small, we're able to be one-on-one with families. We have FaceTiming going on all the time between residents and their families. We also have where, you know, they can come and look through. We have a lot of windows in our building, so they can come look through, and we can even crack them to a point where they can talk to their loved ones. Being in memory care, it's challenging because, you know, their well-being is so important to all of us, and their mental state is even more important. And, you know, being their family, it's like this has been such a good experience for me. I've been in the industry a long time. And I think what makes this such a big challenge, but such rewarding, is that, you know, you get to know everybody on such a different level. And everyone, we have taken admissions still, you know, through this whole thing. And I've been pretty much at work every single day. But, you know, bringing new people in, you know, to explain what these rules are and what we're going to go through. But I think what has really helped us is just building that relationship just even before they step foot in here, kind of getting to know, you know, letting them know the truth about our policies, but then also, you know, kind of guiding them through it. And all of the residents and the families that we've had in the past, you know, at first, you know, everyone was angry. They didn't want to be left out. They didn't want to, but I think by including them in FaceTime and constantly keeping up on everything going on, I think that's really helped to ease. And then for them to know that it's for their safety and their family's safety. So, you know, it's been probably the most best experience, like I said, and the hardest, as everyone knows. But, you know, being positive and just realizing that we're all going to get through this. And, you know, spiritually, we're all here for each other. And, you know, everybody is amazing what they're doing in the community, and really reaching out to people has been, you know, it's been awesome, because I think, you know, our friendships have been closer because we've had so much going on that's not a normal day, you know. Right. So I think in the end, if there is an end, hopefully there will be one day, you know, I think we're all going to be closer than ever because of, you know, just being able to unite and be here for each other. So, you know, here at Venice Green, we love our people, and, you know, we hope to continue to keep everyone safe and continue to make sure our families and our residents are happy and, you know, spiritually connected. So
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks, Jessica. I mean, you guys are hitting it right on the, what do they say, right on the needle. I'm so bad with these like sayings,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
true. Like the point of doing even today's call is truly like, I feel like we're all one big family, you know, and the point is to bring everybody together and help each other out. And it's not about, you know, whose building does what. It's all about, you know, what's the best fit for that individual. And I really feel like you all are those people that are the experts, really pointing people in the right direction, even if it's, again, not your community, you're referring to another. So, so
Yeah.
thanks, Jessica.
You're welcome.
I'm going to pick on, let's see, DeSoto Palms. I know Kathy, she's the marketing picture here in the video. Hi, Kathy.
Hello, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. So my name's Kathy Ruff, here with DeSoto Palms now 2 years. Let's see, we have a very active community here in North Sarasota County and keeping our residents very busy. Wendy, our life enrichment director, has really done a great job as far as keeping them busy, keeping them happy. Some of the activities that we've been doing inside is one of our nursing supervisors plays guitar. So he came around, we did like a mobile happy hour playing guitar, and the residents just loved it, of course. And the staff was also dancing along with them. We've done some drive-through events for families and also for some professionals. Hopefully our next one, you guys will be able to drive by and pick up some goodies. We've also scheduled window visits. So I know, Brittany, you know where the salon is. So the resident will be in the salon area inside in the AC, and then the family will be in the screen and lanai next door. So they'll be able to visit with each other. Let's see, what else have we been doing? Oh, birthdays. We have a big 100-year-old birthday party next week. So I know Wendy's got some activities set up for that. And past birthdays, the resident will be on our second floor balcony, and the family will be down below with balloons and singing happy birthday. So that's made them really happy. One of the positive things that we've done here is similar to what Whitney referred to, is we call it angel visits. So the directors have been assigned blocks of rooms. So really got to know the residents really well, going to visit them once a week, you know, at least once a week, and just to check up on them and catch up. So I personally have really got to know them a lot better.
That's
awesome. Everyone here up in DeSoto Palms.
You know, I've got a special place in my heart for DeSoto Palms, always.
I know you do. I know you do. It's a special place. And it's hard to believe, 10 years now it's been open.
I know. I can't believe it's been 10 years. Wow.
Yeah.
So congrats on that. And it sounds like you guys are doing awesome over there. So send our love to Crystal and everybody over there.
I will. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to pick on the puppy because I need to talk to Enzo.
Like kind of napping this whole time.
Aw, hi, Noelle.
Hey, Brittany. Thanks for having me.
So cute.
I'm Noelle from Lexington Manor. We're located in Port Charlotte on Veterans Boulevard. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I love hearing what everybody's doing, and I think that's what makes everything so great. And all of these professionals, these calls, things that we do, we can gather ideas from each other, and I love that. And support each other, which I know a lot of us have been doing. I got to meet Christina through doing Zoom calls with Brittany, and even, you know, Nima called me last week and said, hey, I've got a family in this area, and I just wanted to see if maybe you could help me. So the relationships that we're making, just even doing these virtual Zoom calls, I know we can't be out and about right now, but it's been really amazing to meet a lot of people in that way. So thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that very much.
Absolutely. I love having you.
Yeah. So we have been doing a lot of the Zoom calls as well, trying to use our virtual visits. They've been very popular here. Our residents really I love to see their reaction and expressions when they get to actually see their family member on that screen. You know, I've got some residents that are 98, 99, 100 years old, and to see, you know, their whole family in that little box is just, it's unbelievable to them. And it's very, very heartwarming and rewarding for me to be able to see them, you know, and connect them in that way. We've also been doing some of the window visits. our activities department goes around every day, a couple of times a day. She does daily trivia. She gives the residents all sorts of resources and things that they can do in their apartments. You know, we do have our beautiful front veranda outside, and the residents are out there a lot of the day, you know, social distancing, but it is a beautiful place for them to be able to at least get out and get some fresh air. You know, so we're just trying to check in on them all the time. We are their family, as a lot of everybody's saying, and a lot of us, you know, we've been together for a long time here. You know, we've got residents that have been here a long time. We've all been here a long time. So the relationships that we've built over the years with the families and the residents have become even stronger. You know, we're the family members reach out to me all the time and just wanting to know how things are going. And they know that they can call me anytime and we'll do anything. You know, we'll go down to their apartment and just do anything that they ask us to do, because we realize that that's what they would normally, you know, we had a lot of family members that would come and visit the residents constantly. So now we have to really step up and step in and try to be more than we were before. So, you know, just been trying to keep everybody happy and safe, and virtual visits, the same thing. I mean, we've been taking move-ins since this all began. We actually are going to start a program like the movie 50 First Dates. We're going to do 20 first dates, and we will do something special for that new resident every single day. So our new residents that have been moving in, it's been a little different. But we're trying to make a really strong bond with them beforehand, go out, meet them, try to do everything we can for them to feel comfortable. Of course, again, you know, be honest with them about quarantining and testing and all of that. And our move-ins have done very well with us, our new residents. So we're very blessed in that way.
Absolutely. I love the movie 50 First Dates, so instantly I love that idea.
Yeah, it's really neat.
My favorite.
Write that one down.
I did. I wrote that down.
We have an in-house channel here, and we've been utilizing that a lot. So they have exercise every single day. So they are exercising. We've had the family members send us little video clips, and we put them together on a DVD, and we've played that for them, so they can access that right in their room. So that has been something really cool that we've been able to utilize here. And the residents definitely look forward to it.
Awesome. Well, and with the addition of Enzo, I'm sure they're loving the pet therapy too.
Yeah.
We all do. So let's see here. Let's go over to Alicia Green with Sarabella.
Hi, good morning, everybody. It's so wonderful to see all of your beautiful faces. So like Melissa, we are in pre-construction. So I love these meetings because it gives me a lot of insight as to what's happening in the now. As you know, I came from a community in Venice, and it was just on the cusp of the beginning of this horrible virus. So what I'm seeing is that a lot of us, well, all of us really, we're learning as we go, right? So there hasn't been like a script as to, okay, we're going to do X, Y, Z today. It's going to be this, this, and this. I think we've developed this unbelievable instinct to how to keep life as normal as we possibly can for our residents, for ourselves, our families, our coworkers, people at the grocery store. So I'm just really, I guess, blessed to be in a position right now where I'm just being so educated by human nature, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just been a very interesting time. Scary, yeah. I have to go get tested today, hence I'm working from home. I may have had a little bit of a brushing, but we'll see. I think everything's fine, but anyway, but I just say thank you to all of you and all that we all do. These people and these families are so lucky. They have all of you, and I'm just blessed. I'm just really thankful, and thank you all for being such a wonderful, warm community. I haven't met a few of you, but the ones that I do know, love you all.
Ditto.
We're blessed to have you here as well, Alicia.
Yes.
Thanks, guys, and Brittany.
Absolutely. All right, Brandy from Grand Villa, Sarasota.
Hello, nice to see you finally again.
Good morning.
Good morning. So most of you know that we purchased the old Elmcroft building across from the Friendship Center back in February, and then promptly COVID happened. So all of our renovations have taken a little bit longer, but they are definitely underway. In the meantime, with our residents, some really fun things that we've been doing. We're still trying to support our entertainers. You know, that's one of the big pieces of our communities that we just, we don't have all that live entertainment anymore. So the beautiful thing about our building is 5 stories high, and most of those apartments look out over the canal. So we had some of our entertainers come out on the sidewalk there and plug them in with, amps and everything, and all the residents open their windows, and they were able to have like a really good couple hours of live entertainment, and so did all of our neighbors. I would be surprised if Alderman Oaks didn't hear us as well.
Just gonna ask that.
Yeah. So you're welcome, Don. And then a couple of other things are. Our activity director is a certified yoga instructor. So she set up early on all the residents that love to do yoga. She's been doing one-on-one yoga with them in their apartments. So they have loved that. She also goes around with a cocktail cart almost every day. Let's be honest, that's a good way to keep your independent residents happy. And another thing, just like Nick was saying at Grand Living, we really are trying to fine tune a lot of stuff. Being that we are new to these residents, we are taking admissions, we have been having move-ins, all that stuff, but we're still, as Grand Villa, trying to get to know our residents. We now feel like quite a family, but it's been really sort of a silver lining in this COVID thing that we've been able to spend a lot more time, really getting to know them and knowing what their families and what they're loving, and really creating an environment that they really love to live in. So that has been a real positive for us. And another thing, you remember those Valentine's grands we used to do in school where you'd like pay $1 and send a lollipop to somebody you had a crush on or whatever? So we've been doing that in-house with like little notes and different from resident to resident. So they could wake up and the next morning they have a cute little note or some sort of positive vibe from another resident, their friend that they couldn't see, or, because they're only doing 10 people in an activity, something like that. So it's been really great because, we have those transition residents who have to go out for dialysis and they got to get tested all the time. So they're always sort of stuck in their apartment. That has been huge for them. All these little love notes that they get every morning. So that's kind of a cool thing. But I might steal that rent a Mustang thing because that's a really great idea.
It was great.
I am really loving
all of a sudden
idea.
Next week it's going to be like 100 convertibles on the road with like seniors hanging out,
Right. Yeah. Just give me a V8 and a really open road. But so we're doing all kinds of things. We are still doing our renovations. And so once we all open up again, I would love to have all of you come because this building has been around as sort of a staple of Sarasota for so many years. You're going to be blown away with what we're doing inside. It is really stunning. We're changing so many things and making it so much more beautiful for our residents, including memory care is going to be drastically different. So it's really exciting to see what's going on. Anyway, that's all I got.
Thanks, Brittany. All right, Alexis.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Brittany, thanks so much for having us. So I'm Alexis Ekberg. I'm the Director of Sales and also to outreach for 3 Heron communities. Heron Club particularly is located off of Sarasota Square Boulevard here in South Sarasota. And kudos to everybody, and Brittany, to you for just keeping things moving. I always feel like you're the spark, like the igniter, and we so need that. Because
4th of July,
like everyone said it, we really had to like amp up our game because our residents depend on us, and so do our residents' family. And like everyone's been saying, we are their family, and so our work still has to get done. But now now too, with the mandated every 2-week COVID testing that we have to have here in house, as well as our vendors. I'm sure everyone's heard about that now as of late. Where any third-party vendors, we have to verify that they've had their testing for safety. So on top of just, our regular roles, we've really had to just, adapt to all the different mandates that are coming down the pike. And then also to really love and honor senior children. And so, I mean, Brittany, we did our Mother's Day parade. That was really fun. I was so exhausted after that. Some of the other things that we're doing, we created an outdoor visitation station. We're doing a lot of the virtual FaceTime videos. And like many, we're still receiving admissions. And I think that's really tough because folks are having to place loved ones without being able to tour personally in the community. So we're really at, I think, as creative and still be able to showcase and invite them to come tour the outside of the building so they get familiar with the area if they're able to. If it's been hot outside, but we've been doing things like even setting up I've set up a table personally outside our communities, and we've had our chef bring out food for lunch, and then we're eating food, social distancing with I keep my mask on. My families are eating, so they get to try the food because it is phenomenal here. Actually, with all our communities, but I know James, our culinary director, he does everything from scratch to table, and his food's phenomenal. So they get a chance to try the food, and then I give them the option if they want me to go inside and tour, or I stay with them outside and one of my team members will walk through. So this way I can kind of be the intermediary, but be right there. That's worked out really well. And gosh, some other things, entertainment, kind of like what Brandy was saying with entertainment. We're fortunate where here at Club, where most of our apartments have balconies, and so we can have entertainment outside and have folks, be on their balcony and listen to entertainment, or from the lobby, we have the doors open. And I too have been jotting down these ideas with the Kona ice, Nick, the polo horses. That's awesome. Little jealous there. Got to think something that I can do with some horses. That would be fun. But
bring in the llamas.
Oh.
So I thinking about that. I contacted like one of the local zoos, but then someone's like, I don't know if that's good because they can carry other things. I don't know. COVID is enough for me right now. So let's just deal with that. So it's funny because a lot of folks are saying, we are an essential organization in a way. Not everybody's fortunate where family members can stay at home and receive private care during this time. So yes, still accepting admissions. But even too, I'm hearing from family members where it's just a hard time for them in general because they can't go out because of their age demographic or, our seniors. So outside of, I think, what we're doing here in the community, and I think many of us, where we're visiting when we can or doing errands, things that, I think we would do before, but even more now, going to a pharmacy to get prescriptions for some of our seniors that it's not safe for them to go out. Just the other day, I picked up cat litter for one of my future families because she couldn't go to the store and she was completely out. And I said, is there anything I can do for you? And she says, I really need some cat litter. I said, I'll go out and get it. And then I don't know, but it's been a long time since I had cats, but that is so heavy. And so picked up one and it's like 20 pounds. Walking down the Publix aisle, and then I was like, I'm going to get another one because I can't see her having to worry about this in another week. I don't know how long it lasts. So I bought her 2 big things of cat litter. So I think little things like that, so that folks, not just in our community, but even too in their own homes, don't feel alone. Yeah. So you guys, thanks for hanging in there, and hopefully this too shall pass. It's just a matter of when. And I hear you. At the end of the day, I tell my family, don't expect dinner, just boil some pasta, because mom's exhausted and I have to rally up for the next day. So, but you guys, everybody stay safe. And Brittany, thank you again for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. All right, we have a couple more friends out there. So let's go over to Ashley with Harbor Chase, and then we'll get to you, Christina, with Brookdale.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Ashley with Harbor Chase at Sarasota. So like everyone here, we've been trying to do things a little bit different and be more creative. We've always considered ourselves an extension of our residents' families, but now especially more than ever. like Brittany mentioned when we first started, we've thrown a lot of great parties for our residents here, especially during COVID. We actually celebrated a 100th birthday outside where we had 100 cupcakes, and all of her family and friends came out and had a parade, and then they all socially distanced, sat outside and had cupcakes, and we had a great little party for her. We've also celebrated milestone anniversaries, which have been fun. Where we throw a surprise party for them and have a cake, and it's just been really cool to see everybody rally together, even though everyone's so stressed, and still have fun and really take care of our residents. Like everybody else, we've been doing a lot of window visits, Zoom calls, FaceTime visits. We also have been implementing Spirit Weeks, where we have a different theme of each week, which has been fun too. So they get activities planned around it. We had a beach week where we made like a luau car, and they were able to come out and get a cocktail at a tea bar, and just really trying to be creative so that it's something different, because otherwise it's really, mundane if the same day they're in their apartment, and trying to be creative. But also our Director of Life Enrichment, Cheryl, has been wonderful, and she has actually started an outdoor bell choir. So she's already prepping for our Christmas bell choir concert, hoping we can have family members in by then. But they're busy at work practicing, and they love it. It gives them purpose because they're planning for the future and kind of have a light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. But just trying our best to keep everybody happy, and, stay in contact with families, and really letting our prospective residents and their family members know that while it may be scary and unknown moving into a building that you've never been in, that it's really going to be okay, and we'll be safe, and having a lot of our directors come out and meet with them before, they actually move in. So it's not as scary. I mean, they meet with me already before they come in, but they want to meet like the caregivers and the nursing and who's actually going to be taking care of them every day. So getting a little creative about scheduling to get them to pop outside and meet them or go for home visits. But we're all hanging in there as best we can and trying to make the best of a not so great situation over here.
Absolutely. Speaking of Christmas, I actually should have thought of this earlier. We should have done like a competition with the Christmas in July and had everybody decorate like a Christmas tree for their community and then send it in and do like a little voting on social media.
I love it.
Is it too late? I don't know.
I don't think it's too late.
I thought about doing it at my own home, like setting up a Christmas tree for the month of July, but I probably wouldn't have taken it down till after actual Christmas. So, so.
I love the idea, so let's do it.
So Christina, I think left the scene for a second. She might have been pulled away. She's representing all the Brookdale communities and probably was going to do a little feed the front. So Brookdale, as everybody knows, has many communities across the 3 counties that we cover. They're amazing, and they've been behind Feed the Front. Noelle, will you really quickly just give us an update on some of the Feed the Front statistics? Because I know a lot of the people here have been involved in that, and if anybody wants to get involved, how they might do that.
Yes, absolutely. So Amy is one of my teammates for Feed the Front. We have been working so hard on this program since the beginning of May. We have fed almost every skilled nursing facility in Charlotte County. Christina is actually the one who kicked this off in Bradenton. It's gone through Sarasota, Venice. We're in Charlotte County. We are looking for sponsors. We've had a lot of very positive reactions to this program. We've been working with local restaurants to prepare the meals. They're being paid for these meals, and then we are bringing them out to our first responders. We're bringing them to the skilled nursing facilities, the hospitals, our fire EMTs and sheriff's departments. So we're just every week we're working our way down the line to feed all of these, all of these entities. And we've had a lot of people donate to us. We have a GoFundMe page. We're trying to just be out there as much as we can. I'm sure a lot of you have seen our videos we post every week. We try to, take some video, highlight our sponsors, highlight the restaurant, and then also highlight the facility. And it's just been overwhelming at how appreciative people are. The restaurants are super appreciative. It's just been really, really neat to watch the communities come together. We are just so excited to have this here in Charlotte County, and absolutely. I hope that it can continue on. I know Christina has been spreading it across the state, I'm hoping we can get it to go down south a little bit more. You know, we've got shirts for sale, and just looking for sponsors. So thanks for letting us share about that, Brittany. It's really important to
Absolutely.
Amy, Brandy at Southport Square, and Sarah Kraft at Trilogy. That's a Charlotte County kind of team here that we've been working really hard to support our frontline workers here.
I think Enzo needs a little doggy t-shirt.
Yeah, we've got to get him one or a little bandana.
Call Lima. Call Lima. She'll make him one.
There you go. So Christina, we've got to wrap up here in just a moment, but I when you stepped off, I just mentioned you're obviously with Brookdale, but tell us real quickly before we sign off here, just a little bit about what you guys are doing.
All right. So just so you all know, she saved me for last because I will talk forever. So she's going to do like the whole Oscar thing where she plays me out with music. So that's what's going to happen. So all of a sudden it's going to be like,
I'm going to cue it right now.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. So anyway, there's so many things to say. First of all, I am going to borrow many ideas that I heard today. So you know what? It's a form of flattery. Just think about it that way. Around here, you'll know why. But the first thing I want to say is being in the senior living industry, it gives us all an opportunity, and based on listening to what everyone that on this panel was saying, all of you are a different breed of people, because the situations that we hear on a daily basis, I mean, I can't tell you some of the horror stories I've heard recently of people living at home who refuse to move into senior living environments because they don't want to give up their independence, which is actually quite funny when you think of it, because they are less independent being at home, depending on the circle of people that surround them every single day. What I'd like to say as a piece of advice for anyone who's listening, who has a loved one who's at home, it's not always just about keeping being at home. That doesn't make you independent. It actually makes you dependent on a home that is no longer helping you continue to live properly. People who go into rehabs, right now I'm working with a few families who have their loved ones in rehabs. How did they get there? Dehydration, lack of nutrition, falling because no one's there. They had a caregiver come in, but they're only there for 3 hours a day. Well, what about the other 21 hours a day? Mm-hmm. And they fall 20 minutes after the caregiver leaves, and then they're sitting on the for 8 to 9 hours. These are the things that are potential that can happen. The reason why, instead of saying, oh, it's COVID, I don't want to put my mom in an assisted living or a memory care, the people that are in these buildings, we're here because we love our residents. We love seniors. We love making sure that they're all being cared for and well cared for. Your family member, I promise, is better off being in any of our communities, because I can promise you they're going to get 3 nutritious meals a day. You've heard all the stories, all of these different types of things that people are doing outside our normal work in order to keep residents entertained, to make sure that they're living their best life, even under all these different things. Whitney cracked me up because it's true. By the time you get home, don't even look at me or talk to me. I'm not going to yell at you. I don't care. I need to be left alone for like an hour so I can regroup, so I can get back to a normal state. And yes, there is alcohol involved, just so you know. But besides all that, moving forward, I do also want to, so that's my shout out for all you guys. So congratulations for everything you do, because everything you do matters to these seniors in your building. Number 2, as far as Feed the Front goes, it was a labor of love that came out of nowhere that has developed into something much larger than any of us had expected. People who've come on board, or Amy in Venice, or Nima, who's my counterpart at Brookdale in Sarasota. We have already this, and it's not about the food. And this is what I keep wanting to tell everybody. It's not about the food. Yes, food is kind of like the souvenir that you get for the experience of what's happening. It is about that feeling that you get, Whitney, when you're exhausted from putting on your best face every day. Well, news, the media, and everything that they say about nursing homes, senior living of any kind, or rehabs, it's detrimental to what we do. And what they don't focus on are the positives. 20, that's awesome. Zoom video, people doing the parades. They don't focus on the positive things that are happening every single day. The fact that we do change lives and help people live better as a senior. So Feed the Front was part of that. We want to make sure the efforts are being shown that us as senior living care professionals, we are doing what we can beyond the best that we can to make sure that people understand that this is a great environment, that we are here to help your family members live a better life, because you live in New York and you're not going to come here to take care of your mom. So we're the next best thing. We are their surrogate families. So we care for these people just as much as your own family member would, sometimes even better. That's just the way it goes. So that being said, my last little funny story, and then you can play me out, Brittany. But I knew it. It was funny. So, okay, so I told my my boss, my director of sales, last week before the 1st of July, because the end of the month, so the 1st, you know, we're in sales, so, you know, I can have a little break for like 12 hours. So I called her and I told her, I said, you know what? On the 1st of July, I am not going to be in sales and marketing. I am going to be a hairdresser, because some of my residents, the men, are looking a little homeless because we can't have our hairdressers come into the building yet. Right. So I went to CVS and I bought a clipper set. So I played hairdresser and we kept playing the theme music. I don't know, some of you guys are too young to remember this maybe, but Men's Warehouse used to have this commercial that was called What a Difference a Day Makes. And they show the guy all messy. And then after, at the end, they'd show him looking all gorgeous, you know, with their hair done and everything done. We kept playing that in the background. Now, of course, the ladies in our building are extremely jealous and want me to do that. And I tell them, I will help you cut your hair, but remember this, I'm good at cutting men's hair because I've cut all the men's hair in my life, so I can do that. If you take your life into your own hands and sit in my chair, I'm not going to promise you you're going to look like, you know, Cher when you walk out, unless you want to go with that. So I have this picture and I hope you guys can see it. So this is what one of my residents looked like. And he was our, what we call the most dramatic change. So let's see. That is a picture of me with Sal, right in the hair salon when I was getting ready, face shield and all, sweating, don't even know. So then this is what he looked like before. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. This is like extreme makeover. I like it.
Oh, yeah. And this is what he looks like now.
Oh my goodness, a different man.
Let me tell you, 7 razors and 2 hours later, that's what that is. So yeah, so it was a really interesting day. I ended up doing 15 heads of hair that day. Mm-hmm. And, I give it up to all hairdressers because my back was killing me when I was done. But they were so appreciative and so happy. And we just turned it into a fun event of people like all over music. And we just try to forget about what's going on the outside, because we need to focus on what's going on the inside to keep our residents happy. And all of our Brookdale buildings do the same thing on different scales. And I can see by everyone saying we all do our best. You know, it's the old saying of it's not my job is not even allowed to be spoken during these times, because I know that some of you have served meals. I know some of you have taken temperatures. I know some of you have done things that are way outside your scope of what you normally do. And you know what? Right. Can't tell you how much furniture I've moved as I'm wearing yoga pants today, because that's going to happen. But we do what we got to do to help our residents keep going every single day, to know that there is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know when, but it's coming. So just have to stay.
Well, you are all the light. You know, you're all keeping them something to look forward to with everything you're doing.
We try, play music, do silly things, but we do whatever we can.
When you're cutting hair, I've seen some videos with quarantine haircuts. Don't use a bowl, because I've seen the bowl cut, and I've also seen the bang thing where people cut their bangs, and yeah. So just, you know.
We have some women that look like Cruella DeVille.
Yeah.
They need the dye. They need the dye.
They need the dye.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody so much for joining. I think a lot of people have been tuning in and listening, and you guys have all given each other such great ideas for, you know, new activities or new ways to love on your residents. So thank you for being the experts and being resources in the community. People need you more than ever, and you're certainly there. So thank you so much, and I hope everybody enjoys their day.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany. Bye-bye.
We'll see everybody soon.